Sports. And we'll see DJ Moore. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Tigers and the Bisons, next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've gotten a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. Got to figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most glaring weaknesses. In this game, well, it's about...
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And here we go from Toronto. This return starts at the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. Bringing them out is a man who made his debut over a decade and tens of thousands of yards ago. It's Andy Dalton.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
They'll start the drive with Eckler. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that gives them the first. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing here, Dalton. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And this one doesn't go far.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result. So expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down. Back to the air, Carr. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. He'll start from the 39. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bisons and Rashee Rice readying for a new series on offense. And as this season progresses, he's been a steady producer for this offense, leading the league in receptions to this point. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Dalton. Into the hands of OBJ. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing from the gun here. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Completed to Collins. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. Gets to space right side. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. The Bisons take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Bisons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Man in motion, headed right. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What that felt like to me, Kate, that felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
He's got Harrison. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. And they send a man in motion. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Pressure coming for Carr. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Jake Camarda on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Takes this in at the 25. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This one returned for 11 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, here's Eckler. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Complete to Beckham. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll give him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. This is ahead for about 5. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 31. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, sometimes, Kate, that pocket could be a lonely place. You're searching and searching for an escape valve, and there's none to be had. That time, nowhere to go, and he was lucky to get back to the line before the defense swarmed him.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn, ready for the field goal try. This from 48 on the left hash. Everly's kick is good. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Valus Jones now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense getting all set for this series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Bronk. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Justin Reed with the tackle. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Here's Carr. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Carr here from the gun. Sir caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And they scoop it up. Time to push for the line. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Trying again, following the sack. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
They steal the frequency on those opposing headsets. Somebody reading lips or steal a signal from the opposing sideline, Kate, because somehow this defense knew what was coming. They broke on that screen. It was incredible.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It's picked up by the defense.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Finds him over the middle. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 10-0 ball game. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back for the start of the second. Our visiting offense out in possession of the ball. They've got 1st and goal to work with. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Hilton to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
On the return, here's Jones. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Here comes their offense out again. They trail 13-0 here as they go in search of their opening score. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. This is complete to Gibbs. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Again, it's Gibbs. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He's got it near the 10. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
This defense did the best they could to track him as he ran all the way across the field, but eventually, you're just going to lose him. And that's when a completion was made and turned it into a significant gain.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. Gibbs has the touchdown. The Tigers start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Calvin Austin on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Bisons, their running back Austin Eckler, headed back to the field. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Throwing now from the gun. Collins there to grab it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Eckler running dead ahead. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Looking to his fullback now. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. And you're going to be just fine.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Offense set for a 1st and 10. They'll try and take an option left side. And he drives this forward to the 6. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Trying the inside handoff to Eckler. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Eckler has them the touchdown. The Bisons go up by 12. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Bisons bump the lead up to 13 points. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Tigers and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another one for Gibbs. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
His running back hauls it in deep right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes for a 38-yard pickup, and it'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Able to get it to Moore. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains. Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
From the shotgun, Carr. Quick slant complete. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They're headed up the middle. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Carr back to throw. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. The Tigers make it a 1-score game before halftime. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for 1 more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
That one right down the middle. And his guys get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Bisons and this running back headed back out for a new series. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Finding Collins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be a 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Completed over the middle. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Dalton. And they finally get to him. He just kept hanging on to that football, and they drop him. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Bisons sending out their punter. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Tigers returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he gets him around 6 there. Justin Reed with the tackle. That's the halfway point. The visiting Bisons taking a lead to the intermission. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was Austin Eckler who was the star of that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
On the return, here's Jones. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Tigers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Carr now on 1st and 10. He's going to push one deep down the right. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Tackle made on the play by Dietrich Wise. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Looking to throw. Carr. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. We have an injured player out there now, and it's DJ Moore who's being looked at after being shaken up. The Tigers getting their punt team out there. It'll be Jake Camarda doing the honors. Starts his return from the 23. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been having such a great season in this offense. You can see, actually top 5 in the league in receiving touchdowns so far. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Option play, here's a give to Eckler. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Dalton. Chased out to his right. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Their punter making his way out now. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. 58 yards on the punt there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action with Carr. This ball's cut by Palmer. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Got a man. Palmer has it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Carr with it on first. Gets this one to Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Gibbs now from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Carr off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They get 28 out of that play. And they're going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll come up 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. They bring the pressure, down he goes. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Receiver in motion, headed right. Gibbs goes up and over for the touchdown. The Tigers make their way to the end zone. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Throwing from the gun here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. 2nd down now, 7 to go. It's an option left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
This is hauled in by Ingram. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by Deron Bland. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's an option to the left side. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Pickup of 2 here. And they'll have first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They go play action on first. All the time in the world. Nico Collins, the intended target. And now it's second down. Now Dalton. Throw complete to Eckler. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. Dalton looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30, and it'll give him a first down.
I know they may have wanted to throw that pass a little bit sooner, but I'll tell you what, that receiver's ability to navigate his way across the entire field really set up the space he needed to complete the huge gain.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10. Hand off now to Eckler. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's Dalton to throw. Cut near the goal line. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Third and just 2 to go. Trying to get it with the option. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. Going for it, it's Eckler. And he runs it across, touchdown! The Bisons take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hot.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a 2-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize a defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jones. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. On first down, it's Gibbs. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's their ball to begin the 4th, and though they trail, this game's still within reach. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the shotgun, Carr. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. And he can escape no longer. They roam over and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't a linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
Punt team on the field. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. Man, it'll be their football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. On the give, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 48. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives them the first. Throwing off the play fake here. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. They did it. He made the interception. Colson-Adebo's got it.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
The offense getting set to go. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play. Working to identify who it was. And yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Carr now on 1st and 10. That finds Hunt complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Dump off to his fullback. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Carr here from the gun. And after all that time, still nowhere to throw it, and they bring him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The visitors and Andy Dalton headed back onto the field. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Try getting it to Nico Collins. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Dalton now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance. 1-score game.
Let's see what he can do on the return. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they're going to take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he's dropped at the 37 after pushing this forward a bit. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. It's Gibbs on the carry. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibbs. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Finds him on the slant. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll give him a 1st down. A give to Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. Intercepted in the end zone. Justin Reed has the INT. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
The visitors and wide receiver Nico Collins ready to go once again. And that losing streak beginning to approach the unfortunate milestone of double digits. They came in having lost 8 in a row, but thankfully, that's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Throwing now, off play action. Caught near the goal line. He has the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bisons push the lead up to 12. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
2nd and 10, here's Carr. Can't get it to him, incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Carr throwing on 3rd. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Toronto. Bisons holding a 12-point lead. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running with Eckler again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Staying with Eckler. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. This is Eckler on second. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown! The Bisons make it a 3-score game in the fourth. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner. But, man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plungers, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The offense headed back to the field. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They go play action with Carr. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. So second down coming up. Back to the air. Carr. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Carr staring down a 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. He gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Bisons as we say so long from Toronto.